And today we're going to talk about bringing up vines that are in the middle of renovation. So we'll see a lot of growth towards the ground because these vines were established but were disorganized and unruly and weren't really producing the way we wanted them to. So what we want to do today is kind of push the reset button, and we're going to retrain these vines. So after we had cut them off earlier this spring, we got a lot of resultant disorganized growth. Not to worry. We're going to bring up one, maybe two trunks and train it on this little bamboo rod. I like to use bamboo out in the vineyard in case it gets displaced. It's easier for your lawnmower to hit rather than a metal rod like a conduit. So let's go ahead and just clean this plant up. So we're going to remove most of this growth, and we're going to train up one or maybe two permanent trunks. Cutting all this away, we'll look for the strongest one and select it. Let's just go with one on this vine. So basically that's all cleared away. We select our new trunk and we wrap it loosely around the bamboo, thusly. And then we can go through here, and at each leaf, this is your main leaf, and this is what we refer to as a lateral. So we're going to roll those laterals out, much like pruning a tomato. And what that allows the plant to do then is concentrate all its energy on forming a trunk, girthing it up, and reaching the top wire. And as we go along today in this little video, we're going to show you how to start and where to end up. Let's move on to a vine that is shaping up pretty nicely. And so our final product is something that looks like this. It has a high wire, what we call the high wire, on which we are going to form two cordons, or permanent arms from which you'll get fruit in future years. So if you look at the base, we have a separate little trunk coming up, a younger one, and then we have the older established one. And you can tie it to this bamboo, and you can use the established trunk to bring up your replacement trunk. I say replacement trunk because you may or may not need it in future years, but we like to bring up two trunks just in case something happens, the spare parts theory. So also on this one, we want to remove the laterals that are in each leaf axil, thus leaving the main leaf to form that trunk and help it to grow upwards and girth up. Once we get to the top wire with our trunk, we're going to form two arms. This is the first arm that we're going to take that arm, wrap it once and a half. That's plenty. You don't want to wrap it too tightly or it becomes ingrown into the wire, and that's a problem. And then loosely tie it about 18 inches back from the tip. Something to keep in mind, you may see these fruit. That's a good thing, obviously. And we need 12 to 15 mature leaves to ripen a medium-sized cluster. Good rule of thumb to keep in mind. And then finally, on this side is the second arm that we've wrapped. We've selected it back here at the juncture of the trunk, and then we've wrapped it 1.5 times, and we'll tie it loosely right about here if needed. Then the third option is we have this upright shoot in the middle. Now you can keep it because obviously you're going to have fruit on it. And in future years, you'll have a number of these coming off at each juncture and hanging down. Remember, these Labrusca type grapes, of which this is one, like to grow procumbently and hang down. And that's why we use this high wire system and allow those shoots to hang down and support clusters along the way. So there you have it, how to start a younger vine from a reestablished root and how to finish it out with the bicordon high wire sprawl system.